Hi there, Susan C. And today I'd like to talk about what does it mean to be an intentional parent? What does it mean to be an intentional mom? And that's such a great question and it's worth addressing. So here, let's start with what intentional is not. Let's focus on what it isn't. And it's not what I've seen so many women do and what I feel like they hear from me when I say the phrase intentional mom. And they think it's the mom who's got it all together because she's scheduled, she's got the latest planner, she knows where her kids are, she's on top of her budget, finances are in place, the house is clean and straight because she's so intentional. Everything in her life just is going according to a plan. Like she has a 10-year, 5-year, 1-year goal plan, right? And she knows where she's headed and she's all about it. She's all about the business. And then the rest of us are looking around going, I don't even know what's for dinner tonight, right? I don't even know like where my other sock is or my other shoe. And I can't figure out why my kids don't know where theirs are too. And why are we all such a mess? So definitely we're not intentional. So when I say intentional, they think, oh girl, if you mean my whole life is all pulled together, then I can't do it. Like it's just not going to happen. That's just not who we are. Let me put you at ease if you have any of those fears or those concerns that that's what I mean by intentional, because it's not about being perfect. That's not the goal for any of us. We are in progress. We are pursuing God's desire for our family uniquely, and we're willing to trust that our family is not going to look like every other family, and then we're going to be okay with that. We're going to accept that as just part of the journey. So when I say intentional, it's shifting out of the place of feeling overwhelmed and like life is coming at you and there's too much going on at one time and you just feel like it's out of control. And it's shifting into an intentional place where we move from a place of purpose and direction. It's willing to ask ourselves, what is the legacy we ultimately want to leave to our children? What are the core values that we want to ensure that our children know and understand because they were raised in our family? What is it that we believe God has uniquely called our family to? What are the gifts and the talents within our household that are meant to bless our household, our communities, our churches, our city, our state, our nation, or maybe beyond? And what is that? And how can we live into it each day? That's being intentional. It's not about a planner and a calendar. And I get why we're so worried about that and why we're like afraid of that being the message, because most parenting books and most parenting advice is completely focused on what you do. There's how to this and how to that. There's tons of advice and information and things for us to do in order to be a better parent. And I'm okay with that conversation as long as it comes secondary to the primary conversation, which is this. What is God uniquely calling your family to do, and your family, more importantly, to be? See, the primary conversation is, what is God desiring to do in us before what is God desiring to do through us? So there's a change that happens within us first. Then it's reflected in what we do and how we live. It's not that we do in order to become. It's we change and it's who we are. And then that is reflected out in the way that we live. You see, intentional is going to require us to be more reflective, more quiet, more willing to sit and dream and wonder and imagine about what's possible. And then we're going to put that to paper and we're going to put that before God in prayer. And then we're going to live that out. But you see how much more freeing that is than to think that there is a way that is right, and that's the right way to parent, the right way to be a mom. the right way to be a good mom. We even put that extra judgment upon ourselves. And really, I'm saying, how about if we are willing to let all of those ideas go, and we're willing to just be still long enough to hear what God has uniquely for our families, and then commit to living true to that. What is it that He's desiring us for us to be? And then in our response to that call, we do things a little differently. So I hope that that is helpful for you in understanding what I mean by intention. It's not highly scheduled. It's not a list of things you have to do in order to be intentional. It's not an expectation or judgment upon you for where you are or where you're headed. Instead, it's simply a call. It's a drumbeat to those who hear the rhythm. It's a trumpet call to those who have ears to hear, who are willing to go in and say, what is the call on my life and how do I live true to it? And then for those of us who all desire to be intentional, how can we link arms and encourage one another along the journey? Let's stay connected and encouraging one another. And I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye for now.